Hello everyone, welcome back to the course of developing machine learning systems. Right now we are in the Python module, and in the previous video we discussed about how we can install Anaconda on virtual machines where we don't have access to GUI. In this video we'll discuss about what are Python environments, why we would like to use Python environments, what are the benefit of having more than one Python environment, and why we don't just use Python globally as other softwares. So that is the first part, and in the second part of the video we'll discuss about how we can use Anaconda to create and manage different Python environments. Let's start. So let's say I'm a developer and I'm working on two different projects. One is facial recognition project and another one is sales forecasting project. Facial recognition project help me recognizing and detecting face in a video, and sales forecasting project, it helps us predicting the sales of chips packet in a company. Facial recognition project uses A, B and C packages or libraries. So packages or libraries are nothing but some pre-baked functionalities which you can use to create your own projects. We'll discuss about these in a lot of detail later on when we'll be discussing Python. But for now, this is, I think, enough. Next is, let's say, sales forecasting project needs same A library, B library and D library or package. But let's say facial recognition project is an older project and it requires first version of A, first version of B, and let's say zeroth or very initial version of C. And sales forecasting project is some sort of newer project, so it requires fourth version of A, fifth version of B, and let's say very initial version of D. So right now we see there are similar packages or libraries which facial recognition and sales forecasting require, but version is different. So what happens? What is the problem with that? Let's understand this with an example. So let's say I'm a chef and I know how to make butter chicken and pasta. I need to make both. So in order to make butter chicken and pasta, I need a kitchen. I need a kitchen environment. And this is, let's say, the global environment that I have. I just have one kitchen, that's kitchen environment which I have. So that's this environment. Now, if I want to make butter chicken, so in order to make butter chicken, I need mustard oil and I need table salt, and let's say I need pot in terms of utensil. So if you understand it like this, I need mustard oil version of oil. I need mustard oil version of oil, I need table salt version of salt, and I need pot version of utensil. So this is the specific version of oil, salt and utensil I need in order to make butter chicken. Now if I have to make pasta, so problem is I can only have one type of oil or one type of salt or one type of utensil in one environment. So I'm working globally, so this is just one global environment that I have. So if I want to make pasta, I need to remove mustard oil and put olive oil there, because pasta requires olive oil, and table salt is also removed and I need to put brown salt there because pasta requires brown salt, and I need to remove the pot and use oven instead of that. So I need to replace the version of oil, salt and utensil if I have to work on different dish. So that is the problem. Now if I have to make butter chicken again next day, so I need to again reinstall or refresh the versions of these oil, salt and utensils. What is the solution to that? Solution to this is you can have two different kitchen environments. So one section of kitchen which contains mustard oil, table salt and pot. Another section of kitchen which contains olive oil, brown salt and oven as utensil. So right now I have two different kitchen environments. Though the kitchen is same, but this is two different environments which I have in the kitchen, maybe left side or the right side. So when I have to make butter chicken, I can just activate this environment, activate this for butter chicken. If I have to make pasta, I can activate the second environment when I want to make pasta. In the real world, as a developer, you need to shift to different projects very frequently. In morning, you are working on facial recognition. In evening, you are working on sales forecasting. So the same thing can be used as a developer. You can use different environments to work with different projects. So if you want to make or changes in facial recognition, or if you want to run facial recognition project, you can use environment 1 for that. And if you want to use sales forecasting project, you can use environment 2 for that. These environments helps you decouple different version of same packages or even different packages altogether. So in one environment, you can have all the packages and specific versions of those packages, and in a different environment, you can have different versions and different packages. Though those will never clash with each other, and you can have as many environments as you want. So that is the benefit of using an environment. Let's see how we can create and manage environments using Conda. So I will shift to my terminal, and if you're using Windows, you can use Anaconda prompt instead of terminal. Right now you see base is written here. So what is base? Base is current activated environment, the current environment in which I'm working. Why base is there, how it is created? So when you install Anaconda by default creates a base environment, and that environment gets activated whenever you open Anaconda prompt or your terminal. So let's see how we can create a new environment for ourselves. So in order to create new environment, you write conda create, then hyphen name, and then name of your environment. So let's say I want to create butter chicken. So this will create a butter chicken environment for you. It will ask you to proceed. I'll say yes, please proceed. So it will basically process everything and create the butter chicken environment for you. So how you can see all the environments which are there in Conda. So in order to list all the environments, you write Conda env list. So it will show you all the environments which are there. So it says base and butter chicken. And there's a star here. This star represents in which environment I am. So what is the currently activated environment? Current activated environment. So I'm in base, that's why I'm getting star ahead of base. Right now, when I created this butter chicken environment, it will use the latest stable Python version. But if I want to create environment with a very specific Python version, I can also do that. So in order to do that, all you need to do is you just write create, conda create hyphen name. So let's say I want to use pasta. I want to create pasta environment, and I would like to use 3.7.5 Python version. So I'll press enter. So it will proceed and it will basically download whatever is required. It will say yes, definitely, please download all of these packages which is required. It will start downloading all the necessary packages, and it will create your environment for you with very specific Python version 3.7.5. So let's see, it is currently installing. Okay. Yes. So the environment is created for you. So we saw that how we can create an empty environment and how we can create an empty environment with very specific version of Python. Now, in case I want to install any package, let's say I want to install any package when I'm creating this environment, so I can do that also. How I can do that? You can specifically write your package name which you want to install, and you can have you can write more than one package name. So let's say I want to create not pasta, I want to create, let's say, facial FR environment, facial recognition environment, and I want pandas package in it. So it will collect this thing again. It will basically start creating your environment, and it will specifically make sure that the Python pandas package is installed. So as you can see, it is everything was there, but it is downloading pandas and whatever is required to run pandas package. So that is something which is currently installing. So it says verifying transaction, executing transaction, very good, and probably it will take I think few seconds. So yes, it's done. So right now FR environment is also created. Let's see the environments which are there. So conda env list. So you got all the environments here: base, butter chicken, FR, and pasta. In case I want to see all the packages inside an environment, I can just write conda and list. So this will list all the packages which are there in base environment. currently activated environment. And if you want to see packages in a very specific environment, not the activated one, so you just write -n and then your specific environment name. So this will list all the packages in butter chicken environment. So butter chicken is an empty environment. We have not added anything there, so it is empty. Let's check for facial recognition, FR. So you see facial recognition contain all of these packages, because I installed pandas, and pandas itself require all of these packages, so it is there. And you can also see specific versions of those packages. Now let's say if I want to change the currently activated environment, I want to activate a very specific environment, I want to work on facial recognition, so I can write conda activate FR. So this will activate facial recognition environment. How I can confirm? So previously it was base and now it is FR, facial recognition. So current activated environment is changed. You can also see by conda env list. So you will see a star in front of facial recognition and not base this time. So that means facial recognition environment is currently activated. You can also remove an environment if it is not in use. So how to remove an environment if it's not in use? So let's say I don't want to create a pasta, or I don't want this pasta environment now. So I can write conda env remove -n and pasta. So if I'll press enter, it will remove all the packages and whatever you have in pasta environment. So you don't see pasta environment in the list of environments now. So that's how you can remove any of the environment. So this is how you can create the environment, delete the environment, install packages inside an environment. There are other ways to install packages, which we'll see later when we'll be working with the different packages. So installing, creating, deleting, changing environment, activating a different environment, and installing packages. So this is something which we have covered in this video. And also, if you want to deactivate all the environments, you don't even want to use base environment, so you just write conda deactivate. So this will deactivate the facial recognition environment and you get to base environment. So what you can do is you can write conda deactivate again. So this will even deactivate the base environment and your terminal will work as it was working before conda. So that's all about managing environments. And as you know, we have already discussed the benefits and all in the first part. So probably this is everything for this video. In the very next video, we'll start using different packages or different softwares like Jupyter Notebook, and we'll understand how we can use Jupyter Notebook to write Python code. And we will be writing our first Python code in the next video. Thanks for joining this video. Let's see you in the next video.